Bloody hell, Jane! Jane!
She's behind the curtains.
Jane! What are you doing behind the curtain? Get out of there! Come here!
Twitter.
Show me! Did I say you could use our Wi-Fi? Go stand over there.
You're a murderer! You're like Logan Paul! Take her to the red room now!
Why did you hurt your superior?
Am I a servant?
No, you're less than a servant because you don't earn your keep.
If you even think about getting up, I'll have to tie you down. Sit still. It's a dream.
Promise that you'll treat Jane as her own.
I promise. He saw a ghost. I thought one was coming.
She's trying to trick us.
What's going on in here?
Well, we heard a noise from the room.
I don't care. Jane, tricks will not get you out of here. I told you that you were going to stay in here, and now you're going to stay in here for another hour.
Please forgive me. Punish me another way.
Shut up.
Please.
Jane, do you know who I am?
Mr. Lloyd?
Oh, Jane, do you think you need to sleep some more?
I think I'll try.
Do you want anything to eat or to drink?
No, thank you.
Oh, alright, I think I'm gonna go to bed now. Just call me if you need anything, okay?
Bessie, what's wrong with me? Am I sick?
Oh, I think being in the red room, I think you saw something that gave you a bit of a fright. Don't worry, you'll be quite okay. Mr. Lloyd will be back here tomorrow to check up on you again, okay?
Okay.
Good night. Hi, Sarah? Yeah, I'm really worried about Jane. She does not look good at all. I think she might die. I think the missus was way too harsh on her. Yeah, I agree. It was the weirdest thing. There was a white figure that just passed through her. There was a black dog. There was knocks on the doors. There was a light over his grave. You're right, Sarah. It won't do any good for me to dwell on it tonight. Thanks, Sarah. Good night.
With my friend because he could help me with my time. Jane thinks I'm insane because I am cleaning all the time. All day long I cleaned up things, but nothing seems to satisfy. Think I'll lose my time if I don't find something to germify. You help me occupy my time.
Oh, Jane, please don't cry. It's all right. Oh, hi, Mr. Lloyd.
Jane, you are already up? Lassie, how is she?
Oh, she's doing much better, sir.
Well, she should look more tearful. Jane, come here. Jane is your name, yes?
Yes, sir. Jane Eyre.
What? You have been crying? Why, are you in pain?
No, sir. Oh, she's upset because she couldn't go on the walk with the missus.
Well, she should not have a fit like that.
I've never cried about a thing like that in my life. I hate going out with them. I cry because I am miserable here.
Miss Jane!
What made you ill yesterday?
She had a fall, sir.
You had a fall? What are you, 1 or 2? She must be 8 or 9 by now.
I was knocked down. That didn't make me ill.
That's the bell for dinner. Excuse me.
What made you ill then?
I was locked in a room where there's a ghost. They left me in the dark all night.
Are you afraid of ghosts?
I'm afraid of Mr. Reed's ghost. He died in that room. He was laid out there. No one will go in there at night. It was evil to lock me in there without a light. So evil that I will never forget it.
That's crazy. This is what makes you so miserable? Are you afraid now that it is daytime?
No, but night will come again, and he'll be here. I am always just unhappy, and very, very unhappy for other reasons.
What are some of those other reasons?
I have no mom or dad. I don't even have siblings.
You have a kind aunt and cousins.
John Reed is the one who knocked me down, and my aunt locked me in that room.
Don't you think Gateshead Hall is a very wonderful place?
It's not my home, and Abbott says I have less rights than a servant.
Would you rather leave then?
If I could go anywhere, I would go there. I would be glad to leave. I can't leave until I'm a woman.
Do you have any other family?
I don't think so, sir.
None on your dad's side?
I don't know. I asked Miss Reed once, and she said probably, but they're probably poor. She didn't really know anything about them.
Even if they were poor, would you go live with them?
No, I don't want to belong to poor people.
Not even if they cared and loved you? Your relatives that are poor, do they not work?
I don't know. Aunt Reed says they have to beg for stuff. I won't go begging.
You could go to school.
I would love to go to school.
Well, maybe that can happen. The child needs a change of scene and error. Her nerves are not in the right state.
The Reeds are back home. Would you like to talk to them, Mr. Lloyd?
Is that the missus? I would like to speak to her before I leave.
Right this way.
Mom, that nasty Jane here kidnapped me.
Yes, I am your mother, Mrs. Reed. Do not talk to me about her. I told you not to go near her. She is not fit to associate with you.
They are not fit to associate with me.
What?
What would you do if Uncle Reed was still alive?
What?
He is in heaven, and he can see all that you do and think. So can my parents. They know how you shut me in all day, and how you'd rather me be dead.
Jane, are you... Jane, get dressed. What have you been doing?
I just finished dusting.
You're a troublesome child. Your face is red. Have you been misbehaving?
No, just dusting.
Get dressed. You have someone here to see you.
Okay. Ready?
Go.
Well, who would want to see me?
This is the little girl I talked to you about.
She is so small. How old is she?
10.
What is her name?
Jane Anderson.
Are you a good child, Jane?
It's probably better that we don't talk about that.
Oh, sorry to hear that. She and I must have a conversation. Come here. Nothing is more sad than a bad child. Do you know where the wicked go after they die?
They go to hell.
What is hell? Can you tell me?
A pit full of fire.
And if you would fall into the pit, would you burn there forever?
No, sir.
What should you do to avoid that?
I need to be healthy and not die.
How are you supposed to stay healthy? Children younger than you die on a daily basis. I buried a child that was 5 today. His soul is in heaven now. I fear I can't say the same about you. I hope that sigh is from your heart. I hope you repent for the discomfort you caused your benefactress.
Benefactress? Benefactress? They all say she's my benefactress, but I disagree with that.
Do you say your prayers morning and night?
Yes, sir.
Do you read your Bible?
Sometimes.
Do you enjoy it?
I like Revelations and the book of Daniel and Genesis and Samuel and a little bit of Exodus and some parts of Kings and Chronicles and Job and Jonah.
And Psalms? I hope you enjoy them.
No, sir.
No, that's surprising. I have a little boy. He is younger than you are. He knows 6 Psalms by heart. If you ask him if he would prefer food or to read a verse from the Psalms, he would choose the Psalms.
The Psalms are not interesting.
That proves you are wicked. You need to pray to God to change that. You need a heart of flesh.
Mr. Brocklehurst, in my letter I wrote to you that this little girl doesn't have the character and disposition that I wanted. If you allow her to go to Lowood, I would like for all the teachers and superintendent to look after her very closely.
Deceit is not a good thing in a child. It leads to falsehood, and all liars have 3 portions of the burning pit. Mrs. Reed, I will make sure she is watched. I will speak to Miss Temple and the teachers.
I want her brought up in a manner that suits her. She is to be useful and to be kept humble. I want her vacations to be at the school, if that's okay.
Your decisions are perfectly well, ma'am.
I will send her as soon as possible. I don't want her to be my responsibility anymore.
I must go now. Goodbye. Jane, here's a book.
Go back to the nursery now.
Go back to your nursery now.
I am not deceitful. If I was, I should say I love you, but instead I do not love you. I hate you almost as much as I hate John. This book is about a liar. You should give it to Georgiana. She's the one who lies.
What else do you have to say to me, your dear Aunt Mrs. Reed?
I'm glad you are actually related to me. I will never call you Aunt again. I will never visit you when I leave this hellhole. If anyone ever asks if I liked you, I will tell them about you, how you treated me. I will tell them that thinking of you will make me sick, that you treated me with cruelty.
How dare you say that, Jane?
How dare I? How dare I? Because it is the truth. You have no feelings. I can do without one bit of love or kindness, but I cannot live without it forever. You have no pity. I will remember how you threw me back into that room even though I was crying and suffocating with distress. I begged you to have mercy, all because your child hit me and put me down. I will tell anybody who questions me that exact tale. People think you are a good person, but you are not. You are cold-hearted and you are a deceitful one.
Jane, you're mistaken. What is wrong with you? Why do you tremble so violently? Would you like water?
No.
Is there anything else you would like? I desire to be your friend.
You do not. You told him I had a bad character and a deceitful disposition. I will tell everyone at Lowood what you are and what you have done to me.
Jane, you don't understand. Children need to be corrected for their faults.
Deceit is not my fault.
You are passionate, Jane. You need to lie down a little.
I cannot lie down. Send me to school soon. I hate to live here longer than I need to.
I will send you as soon as possible. Jane! 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 It's time for lunch. Why don't you come when you're called?
Oh, Bessie, don't be so mean.
You're an odd little child. You're an odd little child. It's all the time. I'm assuming I'm sorry to leave me.
Why do you care? You're always yelling at me anyway.
Because you're a frightened, shy little thing. You need to be bolder.
Why, so John can abuse me more?
Nonsense. Nonsense. Now I have some good news for you.
I doubt that you do, Bessie.
Child, the missus and the children are out for the afternoon, so you're going to have tea with me, and I'll help you pack your trunk for school.
Bessie, promise not to yell at me anymore.
I won't yell at you anymore if you're a good child and not afraid of me anymore. And don't start when I yell at you. It's very provoking.
Bessie, I don't think I could ever be afraid of you ever again. I'm going to have new people to dread.
Well, if you dread them, they're not going to like you, Jane.
Like you, Bessie?
Now, Jane, I believe I like you more than anyone else here.
Well, you don't show it.
Don't you have a new way of talking now? When did you get so feisty?
Well, I'm going to be gone soon, and besides...
So you are happy to leave me.
Not at all, Bessie. I'm actually sorry I have to leave you.
I bet if I asked you for a kiss right now, you'd say you'd rather not.
I'll kiss you. Bend your head down.
Good morning, Jane.
Good morning, Bessie.
Are you all ready to go?
Let's go.
Jane, don't you want to say goodbye to Mrs. Reed?
No, she came to my room last night, told me not to bother her or the kids. She told me she was my best friend and talked gratefully of her.
And what did you say to that?
Nothing, I covered my head and rolled to the wall.
Jane, that was very wrong of you.
No, it was very, very right. She was my enemy. I hate her.
Goodbye, Gateshead! Take good care of her. Okay.
Is there a little girl called Jane Eyre here? Yes. She was very young to be sent here.
She looks very tired. Maybe she should go to bed.
Are you tired?
A little, ma'am.
Miss Miller, can you get her some food? I no doubt she's hungry. Is this the first time you've left your parents to go to school?
I don't have parents.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you will be a good.
Just like, I don't know.
Right, monitors. Put the books away.
They have
Look at
like
the
a
pictures.
piano playing on one. I know, like we're piano playing all the time.
Eat. This one's and separated by girls and boys.
They're so little though.
Did you put
Disgusting.
Yeah. Is your book interesting? No. What's it about? You can look at it. Okay. No. Can you tell me what the writing on the stone over the door means? What is Lowood Institution?
This place is Lowood. It's a charity school. I'm assuming you're an orphan. Are your mom and dad dead?
They died before I can remember. Do you like the teachers?
Well enough.
What about the Madam... I can't pronounce her name.
Miss Scatcherd is hasty. Do not offend her.
Miss Temple is the best though, right?
She's very good and clever. She's above the rest. You ask too many questions. I want to read it.
That was fun.
Why do you bear such acts of cruelty? I would leave Lowood.
I am faulty and must bear my punishments. I deserve my punishments because I am a failure. Lowood provides me an education and an opportunity to correct myself.
I would rebel against such acts of cruelty.
You hold doctrines of savages. Christ tells us to love our enemies. You are hard-hearted. You must let go of your anger and thoughts of violence.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Brocklehurst.
Hello, why have my demands not been met? All of these girls should be plain. This is going against God's will. Why is this girl's hair orange?
But sir, her hair is naturally orange.
We do not conform to nature. Cut it off.
Hello, Mrs. Brocklehurst.
Hello!
You careless girl, what are you doing? Get up on the chair and let people verbally abuse you. She is a terrible girl and a liar. Nobody talk to her.
Why do you socialize with a liar? Everybody hates me.
You're too hard on yourself. Mr. Brocklehurst is not a god. Nobody likes him. Nobody hates you, not even God. You should have some happiness about God's salvation for you.
Jane, Helen, please follow me to my office.
Yes, I am Helen.
How are you holding up?
I'm better.
Since you are accused as a liar, you may defend yourself at this time.
After I was wrongfully placed in the red room, I encountered a strange ghost-like orb. I screamed and was briefly rescued, only to be sentenced to more time in the red room. I passed out, then Mr. Lloyd came to my rescue. He didn't believe my story. I was rather distraught by my mistreatment from Mrs. Reed, so I came here.
I shall seek to confirm your story. So, Helen, so about that book you were reading. That was a nice.
It was a good book.
It was a good book.
It was a very good book.
You guys are free to go back to your rooms. Have a good night, girls.
You too, Miss Temple, in your supply closet.
Thank you.
Your things are unorganized! Ah!
It is confirmed. Jane is not a liar. Yay! 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 We'll do a voiceover anyway.
late. She's not gonna last very long.
Helen, are you awake?
Jane, is that you?
Everyone said you were gonna die. I didn't believe them.
Why did you come here? To bid me goodbye?
Where are you going?
I'm going home.
Home, but you are home.
I'm going to my forever home. I'll be with God soon.
Will I ever see you again?
In due time.
Good night.
Night.
Things got better after that at Lowood.
Jane! So much has happened at Gateshead. I've been married for 5 years to Robert Levin, the coachman.
How are things at Gateshead?
Oh, Georgiana is very pretty and tried to run away to get married, but Eliza stopped her. They now quarrel often. John Reed went to college and got plucked. He is so dissipated, he won't amount to anything. Mrs. Reed is not quite well in her mind because John just spends too much money.
Did she send you here?
Oh no, I have been longing to see you.
Are you disappointed in me?
You might not be as tall or as attractive as the Reeds, but you have amounted to more than I have expected. What talents do you have?
And is this your painting, Jane?
See! Spanish too! You have become the quite talented lady. Have you heard from her kinsfolk, the Eyres?
No.
You know, Mr. Eyre stopped by Gateshead 7 years ago, and he wanted to see you. He was disappointed to hear that you were 50 miles away because he could not stay long. He stayed for only a few minutes and left for a voyage to Madeira.
What was his occupation?
I'm not quite sure, but Mrs. Reed called him a sneaking tradesman. I believe that he was a wine merchant, or perhaps a clerk or agent, or some sort of merchant.
It was good seeing you, Bessie.
Oh, you too, Jane.
Let's both have safe travels. Excuse me, sir. Is there a house called Thornfield around here?
It's a really dumb name for a house.
Well, that's where I was told to go.
Well, we'll ask. You know what? What's your name, Jane Eyre?
It is.
There's a man over there waiting for you.
Thank you.
I have the bottle, please.
Hello.
Come with me. On the house.
Drink it. Are these your things?
Yes.
Bring them.
Good. Why, hello! You must be Jane. I'm Mrs. Fairfax.
Hello.
Go. Let's have some tea.
Okay. Will I have the pleasure of meeting Miss Fairfax tonight?
Who?
Will I have the pleasure of meeting Miss Fairfax tonight?
Who's Miss Fairfax? Do you mean Miss Fair?
Oh, yes, that's who I mean. Is she not your daughter?
Oh, no. I'm too old to have children. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're here, because it's kind of lonely here.
Do you not talk to the servants?
No. I need to assert my authority over them. Well, I might as well show you to your room. So, this is your room. It's right next to mine. So, have a good night.
Good night.
Oh, you're awake. How do you like it here?
It's really nice.
Do you like what Mr. Rochester did with the place?
Mr. Rochester?
Yeah, the guy who owns Thornfield.
I thought you owned it.
No, I just work here.
Then what about the little girl I'm gonna teach?
She's Mr. Rochester's ward, and she's like a foreigner kind of.
Oh, hola señorita, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Yo estoy muy bien, gracias.
I know.
Can you really understand her?
Yeah, I was taught by a Spanish person in school.
Ask her about her parents.
¿Dónde está padres?
Oh, no sé dónde mi padres. Posiblemente son muertos, no sé. Mi madre le gustan los chicos ricos. No sé.
Her mother's dead.
That sucks.
Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me, call my name and save me from the... Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me from the nothing I've become. Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me, call my name and save me from the... Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me from the nothing I've become. Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me, call my name and save me from the... Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me from the nothing I've become. Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me, call my name and save me.
Hey Jane, how are you?
Good, how are you? Just wandering around.
Well, I'm gonna show you around.
Alright.
Welcome to the Thornfield. We got funny games. We got everything you want. Hungry, no names. We are not by whatever you may need.
Mr. Fairfax, are there any ghosts?
No, there are no ghosts here.
Mr. Fairfax, did you hear that?
Oh, that's just Grace. Come on here, Grace. Stop!
Okay.
Well, I guess I have to take this letter to the town. This
Just
letter.
it's cold out there.
Oh, I'm getting very old, you know.
Would you like me to do it?
Oh, of course, honey.
Alright, I guess I'll see you later.
Bye.
Fine. Go away. Ah.
Do you need help?
No, I'm fine. No. Ah. Who are you?
I'm
Are
Jane.
you from here?
I'm Jane Eyre.
Jane.
I live in the house over there.
Oh, that house?
Yeah.
Is your master home?
No.
Does he live there? Who's your master?
Mr. Rochester? I've never met him.
Mr. Rochester.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, thank you. Have a good night. You're getting out of hand.
Yes, ma'am?
Why is there a dog?
He came with the master.
The master?
Yeah, he's just in the other room with Miss Fairfax and Miss Ferenz.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Rochester was looking for you. He wants you to go to tea.
Oh, tea. What time?
At 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. How should I dress?
Nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to tea. Mr. Rochester, Jane's here to see you.
Jane Eyre.
Yeah.
Have her sit down. Why is she just standing around?
Bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark.
Mrs. Fairfax, go get me some tea.
Okay.
Bark, 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 bark.
Señor, ¿tiene regalos para Jane y yo?
Regalos? Who speaks of presents? Jane, do you expect a present?
No, I have no expectations for gifts.
Miss Eyre, you're not as needy as Adele. Always expecting gifts.
That's because I don't believe that I deserve one. Rather, with Adele, she's friends with you, and usually it's expected.
Oh, I've seen you've gone through great pains to teach young Adele here. She's not very talented, she's not very smart, but she's made very well improvements in her ability to speak English.
Sir, you've now given me my regalo. It means a lot when a teacher receives praise for their students' progress.
Bark, 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 bark.
Jay, come closer to the fire.
Bark, 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 bark.
So, you've been here 3 months?
Yes, sir.
And where did you come from?
Lowood School in Slick Poo, Idaho.
Ah, a charitable cause. How long were you there?
8 years.
8 years? I never knew someone could stay in a place for that long. No wonder you look like you've seen another world. Oh, you've seen. You have seen anything outside of a small area. Who are your parents?
I have none.
And I suppose you never had. Do you remember them?
No.
I guess not. Well, since you don't have any parents, what about aunts and uncles?
No, none that I recall.
Home?
None.
Brothers or sisters?
Also none.
Jeez.
Bark, bark, bark.
Who recommended you here?
I put an ad in the paper and Miss Fairfax responded.
And she's become extremely invaluable to me, and she's a great teacher for Adele.
Well, please, Mrs. Fairfax, shut up. I'll make a judgment for myself.
Bark.
Jane, have you ever lived in a town?
No, sir.
Have you seen much of society?
None other than my fellow classmates and teachers at Lowood, and now my companions at Thornfield.
Do you read much?
Only books that have come my way.
And you have lived the life of a nun, correct? I heard that Mr. Brocklehurst ran Lowood. He was your parson, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
And you girls worshipped him, correct? As a convent would worship their director?
Oh no, there was no worshipping happening.
What? How could you do such that? That could be like blasphemy.
Oh, I hated Mr. Brocklehurst. He was a harsh man that was pompous and meddling. He had brought us bad needles and thread.
Bark.
Simply because they were cheap.
And is that all that he had done?
He had starved us when he was in charge of provisions. He had bored us once a week with long lectures. In the evenings he had read books about death and judgment that had frightened everyone.
What age did you start going to Lowood?
About 10.
And you were there for 8 years? So you're about 18.
Yeah.
What did you learn at Lowood? Can you play?
A little.
Go play for me.
Bark, bark.
Okay, stop. Come back in here. So Adele has showed me some of your sketches. They were quite well. Were you helped by an actual artist?
Of course not.
Then I will judge you for myself. Go get your portfolio.
Bark, 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 bark.
You get over there.
No, go sit down. You'll get it eventually. Chewy challenge number 28. 25% less sugar. Here, take these photos away from me.
Gracias, señor.
noticed that they were done by hand. Was it your hand?
Yes,
When did you do them?
during my last 2 vacations at Lowood.
Were you happy when you painted these?
Very much so. I was absorbed by my work.
Well, that doesn't say much. How long did you spend painting these?
Well, being on vacation, I didn't have anything else to do, so I painted from morning to noon, then noon until night.
And did you feel satisfied?
Far from it. I couldn't quite paint what I was imagining.
That's probably so. Probably painted on the shadow of what you're imagining. You don't have the skill that could be allowed you to fully bring your creation into being. Very well. Put them away.
Bark, 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 bark.
Miss Eyre, it's already 9 o'clock. Why is Adelaide still up? Go take her to bed.
Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark.
I thought you said that Mr. Rochester was not a peculiar person.
Well, is he?
I think so. He's very changeful and abrupt.
That's true. That's only because you're a stranger to him. I'm so accustomed to his ways that I don't even notice anymore, and there are reasons for him to be this way.
How so?
Family issues, for one.
I thought he had no family.
Well, not now. He had lost his elder brother some time ago.
His elder brother?
Yes, you know, it hasn't been very long that the present Mr. Rochester has gained possession of the estate. Only about 9 years.
9 years isn't too long. Was he fond of his brother?
Ha! No, no, no. There were many misunderstandings between the two. Mr. Roland Rochester wasn't the kindest person to Mr. Edward Rochester, and he probably prejudiced his father against him. The old man was very fond of money and wanted to keep the estate together, rather than divide his children. But he did want his son Edward to have some wealth to hold up the name, and Mr. Rochester and Roland had taken some, mischievous ways of obtaining that for him. I never really found out what had happened between them, but Mr. Edward had not liked it, and broke from the family. Now he lives an unsettled life. His brother had died without a will, so the estate was left to Mr. Edward, and it's really not wonder why he has such a disdain for the place.
Why should he hate it so?
Probably because it's so gloomy.
Jade, Adelaide, come here.
Mi regalo?
See. To Regalo.
Oh.
Now go play in the corner, and don't bother me.
Okay.
What are you doing to Pilot?
Pilot, that's on Pabito one.
See. Jade, are you there? Jade, sit down. Don't just stand there. Hello, madam. Please occupy Adele here so that she won't bother me.
Hola, señora.
Do I have any lines?
No, there's just room in the silence now. Miss Eyre, I notice you've been looking at me. Do you find me handsome?
No, sir.
Ah, what simple speech. You say what comes to your mind and you say it honestly. Well, what do you mean by that, Miss Eyre?
I find you too plain, sir. I'm sorry. I should have considered my word first before saying that.
No. Beauty is is of little consequence. I'd rather you speak honestly about me than lie. Well, go on. Tell me what faults you see.
Well...
Miss Eyre, do you find me to be a fool?
Of course not, sir. May I ask if you're, It's on one! Why does this seem fast when you walk sideways? Okay, are you ready? Then you walk up and tell him. Adelaide,
Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh.
Jane, will you walk with me?
Jane, will you walk with me?
Sure!
You do know she's not my daughter, right? Her mother, her name was Celine Varens. I remember like it was just yesterday. She was an opera singer that I was quite smitten with. This is your present, Celine. Here, Be my love. Take my gifts. I really must be leaving. I have a meeting. Celine! Celine, are you here? Oh, she must not be here. I'll wait for her. Celine? Oh. Disgusting. I really must be leaving. I have a meeting.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Mr. Rochester, wake up. Mr. Rochester, get up. Get up.
Was there a flood?
Your bed was on fire.
What? My bed was on fire?
Your bed was
Who would have lit my bed on fire?
I don't know.
Are you trying to burn me?
Laugh.
A laugh?
Was it Grace Pool?
I'll investigate. Yes, just as I thought it was.
Was it Grace Pool?
Yeah, Grace Poole, that's who it was. What? Well, it's time for bed, it's very late. Go, get out of here.
Oh, well, good night.
It's a miracle that the master didn't burn up at night.
Oh, I know. It's always so dangerous. Leave a lit candle next to the bed.
Yeah, it's convenient that he got a water jug in his room. I'm surprised no one heard.
Good morning, Jane. I will put her to some tests to see if she is guilty. Good morning, Grace. Has anything happened here?
Only Master had been reading in his bed last night and fell asleep with his candle lit. His curtains caught fire and he almost burnt up.
What a strange thing. Did you hear anything last night or something?
My room is too far away to hear anything, but yours is right down the hall. Did you hear anything?
I heard a laugh, but I thought it was Pilot. But he cannot laugh.
Oh, you must have been dreaming.
No, I heard it and I bolted my door.
That's a very wise thing to do. You never know what kind of monster comes all sometimes.
Oh, guys, dinner's ready.
Oh, well, give it here. I'll take it upstairs.
Well, you might
La leche es milk. Si. Hola.
Would you like some tea? It's a beautiful day outside. Could Mr. Rochester couldn't have chosen a better day for his journey?
Journey? What journey?
2 days. It's not quite a party here. Most notably, Miss Ingram.
Who is this Miss Ingram?
She's an absolute doll, the belle of every ball. At her last party, she sang a duet, a beautiful duet with no other than our very own Mr. Rochester. If she wasn't 25 and Mr. Rochester was nearly 40, I'd wager they'd be married by now.
Oh, that's nice. I'm not that hungry. I think I'll retire to my room. Jane Eyre, you fool! Mr. Rochester could never love you. He will most certainly marry someone like Miss Ingram. I will paint a picture of myself and all of my plainness, and Miss Ingram and all of her beauty, and I will look at it when I need to be brought back to reality.
I wish that I was Rochester's girl. I wish that I was Rochester's girl. I know I found her.
Mr. Rochester's been gone for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't come back for a year or so.
Well, you wouldn't know anyway. Your only duty is to do your job and nothing else.
The postman bought a letter, and I suppose it probably says, when Mr. Luckily for you, this says that he's coming back within 3 days with a very, very large party.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, does Grace have good pay around here?
Grades pool? Yeah, she does. She's the highest paid worker here. I sometimes wonder if she even has enough money to lead this place. But she must have gotten used to it here.
She does her job well, does all her work.
That's not it. I wonder if Mr. Rochester...
The party's late. You should go check to see if they're coming.
They'll be here in 10 minutes. Una fiesta aquí. Señorita, señorita. Are you hungry? Sí. Here's some food, Olivia. Gracias. Oh, Jane, the ladies are beautiful. You think we can go meet them? No, I don't think so, Adele.
Mr. Rochester sure prefers her.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Does she like him? Because she sure acts like it.
Well, you'll find out later this evening. Mr. Rochester wants you and Adele to come with them after dinner.
He's probably just said that to be nice. I don't think I should go.
I told him you would say that, but he really, really wants you to go. He even said that if you didn't come, he'd come and get you himself.
Well, I will go, but I don't like it.
Be careful around the party. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
How long do you think they will be here?
Around 2 or 3 weeks.
What is it, Adelaide?
Oh, posiblemente cucharas. Oh, los dientes.
You talk too much of that. Here, have $1.
Gracias.
Welcome to the house. There's food.
Thank you, Mrs. Welcome to my home. Everybody have some food. Let's all go to the living room. Oh, it's just like pushing your chairs.
Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Hola. Hola.
Muy bien.
Hola.
Muy bien.
Hey, can you?
Oh.
You need to go over there.
Can I get a water bottle, Mr. Rochester?
Yes.
I can do it.
Señorita, tú eres muy bonita.
Oh, what a little puppet.
That's Mr. Rochester's ward, a little Spanish girl.
I thought you didn't like kids.
Oh, I don't. They suck.
Why? Wait. Then why do you have her?
Oh, she was basically just thrown onto me. God.
Why don't you just send her to school?
Oh, that's why I have the governess.
Why don't you have a governess for her? Is she not expensive?
Well, the governess is right there.
Shouldn't it be more expensive for you to have both of them here?
Oh, it is insanely expensive. You know what I mean, but I got plenty of money.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You men never consider economy and common sense.
Yeah.
So true.
No, you shouldn't be on your phone during conversations.
See ya.
See ya.
Two-man
You're
swans.
stupid. Hey, look.
Being on your phone is normal in France.
So how's it going?
Good.
Why haven't you been coming to talk to me?
I don't want to bother you.
So what have you been doing then?
Nothing much. Just teaching Adele.
Getting paler, I see. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Didn't you feel you could... Did you start to feel cold after that night you half drowned me?
No.
Well, then return to the drawing room.
I'm tired.
You're tired. And a little depressed, huh? What about? Tell me.
Nothing. I'm not depressed.
I'm pretty sure you are. See, so much so that more words would make you cry. I will excuse you for tonight, but so as long as my guests are here, I expect you to be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Blanche, you will be on my team. Jane, are you gonna play?
No.
Should we include her?
Cool.
I've played this before. Bridewell.
Correct.
Whoa.
Glenn Trabajo.
You know, of all the characters I played tonight, I like the last one the best.
Is my face clean?
Yeah, it looks good, sadly. Like a ruffian type.
So you want a road warrior?
An English hero is the next best thing to an Italian bandit, and that could only be surpassed by a Levantine pirate.
Doesn't matter what I am. Just remember that you are my wife. We were just married like an hour ago in front of all of these witnesses.
Why does she have so much influence over him? Surely she can't really like him, or at least with true affection. She wouldn't need to do the things that she is doing if she truly liked him. How will she please him when they are married? I don't think they could get married.
I wonder why he's coming home like this. I wonder who it is.
Seems I've come at a bad time. My friend Mr. Rochester isn't here. But I've come too far to leave, so I guess I'm gonna stay. Here to tell your fortune. She's an old lady, of course.
Well, what did she say? Now she's a gypsy, you know, so she is full of it.
Jane, the gypsy wants to see you.
Well, if I have to.
Ah. Well, you want your fortune told?
I guess.
Well, let's see here. Sounded like you impudence to say so. I expected of you. I heard it from your steps when you crossed the threshold.
Did you? You have a quick ear.
I have, and a quick eye, and a quick brain too.
You need them in all your trade.
I do, especially when I have customers like you to deal with. Why don't you tremble?
I'm not cold.
Why don't you turn pale?
I'm not sick.
Why don't you consult my art?
I'm not silly.
You are cold, you are sick, and you are silly.
Prove it.
Well, okay. I will in a few words. You are cold because you are low. You are sick because you have the best feelings and the highest and the sweetest of them. And you are silly because you suffer as you may. You will not beckon it to be approached. You will stir with one step and meet it where you would be.
You might say all that to almost anyone who you know lived as a solitary dependent in a great house.
I might say it almost to anyone, but would it be true for any singular person?
In my circumstances?
Yes, just so in your circumstances. But find me another precisely placed as you are.
It would be easy to find you thousands.
You could scarcely find one. If you knew it, you are peculiarly situated. Very near happiness, yes. Within reach of it. The materials are all prepared. There are only wants of movement to find them. Chance laid them somewhat apart. Let them at once approach a bliss result.
I don't understand Ingoms. I never could guess a riddle in my life.
If you wish to speak me more plainly, show me your palm.
I might cross it with silver, I suppose.
To be sure. Yes, it is too fine. I can make nothing of such a hand of that. Almost any lines besides that. What is in your palm? What is in that palm? Destiny is not written there.
I believe you.
No. It is in the face, on the forehead. About the eyes, and each of the eyes themselves is the lines of the mouth. Kneel, lift your head.
Oh, now you're coming to reality.
Ah. I wonder, what was the feeling that came to me tonight? I wonder what thoughts were busy on the heart during all the hours you sit in the yonder room with fine people flitting before you like the shapes of magic lantern, just as a little sympathetic communions pass between you and them as they're really mere shadows of human forms and not the actual substance.
I feel tired often, sleepy sometimes, but seldom sad.
Then you are some secret, hope to buoy you up and please you with the whispers of the future?
Not I. The utmost I hope is to save enough money out of my earnings and set up a school someday in a little house rented by myself.
A mean nutriment for the spirit to exist on. And sitting in the window seat, you see I know your habits.
You have learned from the servants.
Ah, you think very sharp. Well, perhaps I have to speak the truth. I have an acquaintance with one of these Miss Poole.
You have you? There is a diablerie in the business after all then.
Don't be alarmed. She's a safe hand, is Miss Poole, close and quiet. Anyone responds confidence her. That's what I was saying. Sitting in the window seat, do you think of nothing but here your future school? Have you present of nothing but your future to occupy the sofas and chairs before you?
I like to observe all the faces and all the figures.
But you never single one from the rest, or may it be two?
I do frequently when the gestures or looks of a pair seem telling a tale. It amuses me to watch.
What tale do you like best to hear?
Oh, I have not much choice. They generally run on the same thing, courtship, and promise to end in the same catastrophe, marriage.
And do you like that monotonous theme?
Positively, I don't care about it. It's nothing to me.
Nothing to you, when a lady, young and full of life, health, charming, with beauty, endowed with the gifts of rank and fortune, sits in the smiles of the eyes of a gentleman you...
I what?
You know, and perhaps think well of.
I don't know the gentleman here. I've scarcely interchanged a syllable with one of them, and as to thinking well of them, I consider some respectable and stately and middle-aged, and others young, dashing, handsome, and lively, but certainly they are all at liberty to be the recipients of whose smiles they please, without my feeling disposed to consider the transaction of any moment to me.
You don't know the gentleman here. Will you say that of the master of the house?
He is not home.
A profound remark. Most ingenious quibble. Does the circumstances exclude him from the list of your acquaintances? Blot him as if he were out of existence?
No, but I can scarcely see what Mr. Rochester has to do with the theme you have introduced.
Kneel down on the rock.
Mr. Rochester?
Who? Who?
Mr. Rochester!
How did you know? Please forgive me.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
There's a strange man here.
A strange man?
He goes by Mr. Mason. He says
Mr.
he's
Mason?
from this...
What? Who did you say? Go get him. Bring him here.
Mr. Mason?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Mason.
Come with me.
What?
Here you go, Mr. Rochester.
Mr. Mason.
Mr. Rochester.
How's it going? How's the...
Help, help!
Where the hell is Rochester? I can't find him anywhere.
I'm coming. Are you awake?
Yeah.
Are you dressed?
Yeah, I am.
Then quiet. Closer. Make sure you don't make it. Do you have a sponge and a volatile salts in your room?
Yes?
Go get them. Be quick about it. Do you get sick at the sight of blood?
I don't know. I've never seen any before.
Well, give me a hand. I don't want you to faint now. Am I in danger?
Am I in any danger?
No. You're gonna be okay. It's just a scratch. I'll go fetch a doctor. Jane, you need to sit there and wipe off the blood so that he doesn't die, okay?
Sir?
Yes. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go get a doctor. Don't say anything to him.
There's literally a knife in my shoulder.
That's nothing. It's fine. You don't talk to her either. Say nothing to each other. You got it? Yeah. You got it.
That's the least of my worries, sir. There's a knife in my shoulder.
Do you want me to pull it out?
Would that help?
Probably not.
Then I guess
We
not,
can
sir.
we can end this interaction if you want me to. Just be quiet. Don't say anything. Either of you. I'm gonna go get a doctor. Just gonna go this way. In here, doctor. Okay, you have 30 minutes to fix him.
Is he fit to move?
Probably not, but get to work. We got a time limit here. Chop chop.
No, there's a knife in my shoulder. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Oh, yeah, that's real in there. How are you? How are you, Mason?
I'm done for.
Oh, come on, you're fine. Give it some time, you'll be as good as new. Tell him he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
See, listen to this guy. This guy's a doctor. He knows what he's talking about.
But she cut me with a knife, then she bit me. It was like she was gonna suck my blood out. My heart out.
That doesn't mean anything. You'll be fine. We can get you some tetanus shots or something or other. Do we have tetanus shots, doctor?
Yeah.
Duh. Whatever. I shouldn't be given up so easily. I should have fought her for it. I warned you about her, Mason.
I thought I could do some good.
No, Mason. I warned you about her. You're not supposed to go near her.
I thought I could.
Hurry up, doctor. Let's go. What are you? Hurry up. Fix him up.
Is patient good to go?
Okay, let's go. Come on, Mason. Let's go. Get up. Okay, up daisy. Let's go. Just gonna. Doctor, come here. Come on, doctor.
There you go.
Okay, come here.
What's the tongue?
Let's get this door open. Yep. There's a lot of locks. Don't want anybody to intrude. Okay.
What's the
Come
tongue?
here.
Oh,
Doctor,
yeah.
this is you. You need to take her. Take him. Take him. And then we go.
Hello, Miss Eyre. I'm the coachman from Gateshead. Do you remember me?
Oh, yes, you're the man that is married to Bessie.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but Mr. John died.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
And Mrs. Reed would like to talk to you back at Gateshead. She's gotten quite sick.
Oh, come in. Of course. I'll go back to Gateshead. Let me go pack my stuff.
Oh, Janet, where are you off in such a hurry?
Mr. Rochester, I need to go back to Gateshead. My aunt has gotten sick and is requesting me. Please, let me have 2 weeks.
Why? I thought you hated those people. Why are you going back?
I just need to.
Fine, okay. But you only get 1 week, and you must hurry back.
Thank you, sir. I'll return as quick as I can. Sir, may I ask, are you getting married?
Yes, I am.
Well, then I request that Adele and I are sent off. Adele would interfere with Blanche, so send her to school, and I would also interfere with the missus, so I will have to leave.
With that look, I just know it. Dad's holding me in his arms late at night. You know.
Hello, Jane!
Hello, Bessie. It's been so long.
Oh, you're here. Follow me. Your cousins are right through here.
Can I see Mrs. Reed?
The missus doesn't like being interrupted in the
Jane, the missus is awake.
Okay.
Is that Jane Eyre?
Yes, ma'am, 'tis I.
Jane Eyre! Oh, what a despicable child. I hope she would have died in Lowood with all those other little girls. I only kept her because I made a promise with my husband to keep her. Oh, I'm glad John isn't like his father. His father was emotional and weak, but John only gambles and loses all the family fortune. I'm quite ill. Are you Jane Eyre?
Yes, Miss Reed.
I have wronged you, and I regret it. I broke my promise to raise you as my own, and I hid this letter from you.
It's alright, Aunt Reed. I forgive you.
You've always had a bad disposition.
Mom, no.
Oh, Jane, I am finally.
Getting to leave this place and my dreaded sister. You have been such a companion to me over this past month.
I will miss you, Georgiana. I hope you have an eventful time in London.
Well, goodbye, Jane.
Liza, your sister has left. Are you ready to come out?
Jane, I'm going to be a nun. I'm leaving right now. Thanks. Thank you for being a good friend to me. Goodbye.
And he's watching me with those eyes.
Janet, hello! Where have you been?
Well, this is awkward. I'm standing in the camera.
I have been with my aunt, sir, who is dead. Janet, hello! Where have you been?
I've been with my aunt, sir. It was dead.
A true Janian response. Well, I got a new car from Mrs. Rochester. Did you see it outside? Well, she's so beautiful. I wish I could sue her. You're a fairy, right, Jane? Can you make me more handsome?
Oh, you don't need a fairy, sir. You only need a loving eye. And your sternness already makes you handsome. Thank you for your kindness, sir. Wherever you are is my home. Goodbye.
Janet, isn't it nice out here? Like, do you like Thornfield?
Yes, I've gotten attached to it.
It's a very pity that you have to leave, isn't it?
Must I, sir?
Well, I'm gonna get married and the lines go away. And, Adele will go to school and I'll have to secure a governess position for you in Ireland for some friends of mine.
Ireland is very far away.
Oh, far from what?
From England and from you, sir.
Why is it necessary for you to leave, Jane?
Because of Miss Ingram, your bride.
My bride? What bride? I don't have a bride.
Don't play with me, sir. I am not a machine and I have feelings. Just because I am poor and plain does not mean I am heartless. You and I, we are equals.
Marry me, Jane.
Do you truly love me and wish for me to be your wife, Rochester?
I do. I swear. Say you love me, Jane, and use my Christian name.
Dear Edward,
Oh, God.
I love you.
God pardon me. Oh, Jane Eyre. Soon to be Jane Rochester. You're smiling and pretty. But now, look scared. Why?
You gave me a new name. It's strange.
Of course. You're going to be my girl bride, and I will dress you as the finest gowns and jewels.
I'd rather not have them. I'm still just your plain governess.
You're an angel, and I will take you on the grand tour of the world for our honeymoon.
I'm not an angel, sir, and I prefer your rudeness over this flattery. And I have to ask, why did you trick me into thinking you were going to marry Miss Ingram?
I knew jealousy would only strengthen your love for me. Miss Ingram was only interested in my fortune anyways.
You should be ashamed of yourself, sir. Now I must go and teach.
Is it true? Are you to be his wife?
Yes, we are in love.
It must be true if you say so, but equality of position and fortune is often advisable in such cases, and there is a 20-year-old difference in your ages. He might be your father.
Nonsense!
I'm sorry to grieve you, but you are so young and inexperienced with men.
He loves me, Mrs. Fairfax.
Mr. Rochester hasn't returned yet, Jane.
I'm gonna go outside and wait for him.
Okay.
Clop, 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 clop. Jane! Jane, get on my horse. I'll take you home.
Clomp, clomp, clomp.
Oh, come on, Jane. We'll go home.
I thought you would never come and I couldn't sit in this house.
Oh, Jane.
I had awful dreams last night. Thornfield was burning, and I had to carry this baby, and you had left?
Those are just dreams, Janet. I thought you were afraid to be my wife, to enter a new social sphere.
That isn't it at all. I woke up, and a woman was wearing my wedding veil. She stared at herself in the mirror, then ripped the veil. It wasn't any of the servants, even Grace Poole. She looked like a vampire. I passed out from fright.
You were just dreaming, Jane.
But I saw the veil in the morning, sir.
Oh, it must have just been Grace Poole. You said that she was strange. You were half asleep yet, and thought you saw a vampire. If it will make you feel better, sleep with Adelaide in the nursery tonight.
I'd be very glad to. Good night.
Good night.
If anyone has just cause why this couple should not be joined together lawfully in matrimony, speak now or forever hold your peace. Will you take this woman?
I object.
On what grounds?
Mr. Rochester is already married. I have his certificate right here.
If this is true, who said my supposed wife is alive?
Her brother.
I saw her at Thornfield 3 months ago.
Well, okay, fine. I might be a bigamist, okay? But she is insane. I was tricked into marrying her. Follow me. You know where we're at, Mr. Mason. She stabbed you here.
That's true.
Gentlemen, this... Grace, where did you come from? This is my wife. Bertha Mason. Jesus. Miss Poole, how is the patient?
Oh, it's okay. She's jumping around right now.
Oh no! Back! You... Grace, stop!
Run. Your uncle will be glad to hear that you are blameless.
My uncle, do you know him?
Yes. Mr. Briggs, I don't know him, but Mr. Mason does. Your uncle informed him of your imminent marriage, and Mr. Mason set out immediately to stop the false marriage. Unfortunately, your uncle is very sick. I fear he will still not be with us by the time we return.
Jane, you've come out at last. I've been waiting here forever for you. Why have you shut yourself in so badly? Tell me, am I a scoundrel?
Yes, you are.
Is that it? No clever or sharp comments?
I do not feel well. I would like some water.
Here, drink this.
Bark, 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 bark.
Are you feeling better, Jane?
Much better.
Oh, what? Is it because I have a wife already, isn't it?
Adele must have a new governess.
Oh, well, Adele will go to school. Miss Poole will stay here with my wife, and I shall leave Thornfield forever.
I think that you would be quite lonely all by yourself, sir.
By myself? I will not be myself. I think sensibly, Janet. You will go with me.
Bark.
If you will not listen to reason, I'll try violence.
Sit down. I will talk to you and hear everything you have to say.
I'm not angry, Jane. I love you too much. And it's clear that you just wanted the status and rank of my wife and do not feel the same way about me.
I do love you, but this is the last time that I will ever say it. I cannot live with you as a mistress.
But Jane, You would virtually be my wife. My marriage to Bertha doesn't mean anything. It was just a result of trickery. You were the only one who I love, and the only woman in my years of searching that I have wanted to be with. Jane, just say it. Say you will be mine.
Mr. Rochester, I will not be yours. My conscience forbids it. I trust in God, and I pray that you will do the same. I may not have family, but I care for myself.
So you're gonna leave me?
Yes, I am. God blesses you.
Without Jane, my little Jane's love, my heart is broken.
Well, Mrs. Fairfax, farewell, Adelaide. Farewell, Mr. Rochester. I will always love you.
This is as far as $20 will get you.
Hello, do you need any help around the house?
No, thank you.
Are there any job openings in town?
That's hardly my business.
Do you have a church here?
Yes, but the pastor is out of town.
What do you want?
Can I speak to the owners of the house?
Their father has just passed. I'll not let them be bothered by beggars. But I will get you some food.
Thank you. May I please stay the night? It's raining.
We can't have any vagrants here. Here is a penny and good night.
Hannah opens the door. There is young woman out here freezing to death.
Oh, the beggar?
I think this is a special case.
You poor thing!
You have name. What is name?
My name is Jane Elliott.
You have what are friends? How did you end up here?
I'm too tired to give details tonight.
Finish meal while I talk with my sisters in parlor.
St. John, I quite like the poor little soul. I wish she could stay with us forever.
I'm sure that she just had misunderstanding with friend and she will be able to reunite them after she's well again.
You have gotten up. Sit in my chair, please. Did you ever do a begging before you came here?
I am not, but even if I were, you shouldn't judge me. Christians must not consider poverty a crime.
No more I ought. Mr. St. John tells me so too. He's a clergyman and has his own parish at Morton, you know. But I have a different notion, you know. You look like a decent little creature.
I forgive you.
You look so pale. Come to the parlor. It's too hot for you in here.
Now that you are well, who should we write to so that you may be restored home?
I have no friends, no home, and I cannot talk about the place I was living last, but I can tell you my history.
Don't make her talk anymore, St. John. Come, Miss Elliot, sit by me.
That is your name? Jane Elliott?
That's what I said, but it is not my real name.
Let her be at peace for a while.
You don't want to be dependent on us, do you?
No, sir, please, I will take any work.
And you shall stay here.
Yes, you shall.
You have a question for me?
Yes, have you heard of any employment opportunities for me?
I have had a job for you.
but I wanted you to enjoy your time with Mary and Diana before they leave to be governesses. It is not an elegant job, and you are sure to not stay it for long, but as poor clergyman, it is all that I can offer. I am looking to establish a school for girls in Bolton. Will you be the mistress?
I accept this offer with all of my heart.
Are you sure you are overqualified for the position? You will only be teaching the country girls the basics.
I am positive.
You know, Uncle John, he dead.
Dead? And what then?
You left most of it to different relation, but we each get small sum.
Oh, Jane, don't think of us as hard-hearted. We never met our uncle, but our father had always thought that he would leave us his fortune to make up for a quarrel they had. Mary and I would have considered ourselves rich, and St. John would have been able to do so much good with that money.
Will you please come in and stay?
No, I can't. I have only came to drop off gift from my sisters. Have you found the work here harder than expected?
No, I actually really enjoy it here.
But are you living arrangements okay?
Everything is clean and everything that I need is here. 5 weeks ago, I was an outcast and a beggar, but now I have a home.
A year ago, I was completely miserable because I thought I had mistake by going into ministry, but God wanted me to do this, and now I am happy with what I am doing.
Good evening, Mr. Rivers.
It is a lovely evening, but why are you out so late, you know?
I was told that you had opened the school and that there was a new mistress, so I came to see her.
Well, this is her.
How do you like it here?
I like it very much.
That's good. I will come up and help you to teach sometimes. My dad says you never come to see us now. If you are busy tonight, would you like to come over?
It's too late right now to go visit Mrs. Oliver, Mr. Oliver.
It's not too late, but he would love to see you, but I will leave you. Good evening.
Good evening, my dear. I have come to see how you are spending holiday.
It is going well. Why don't you take a seat, Mr. River?
Oh, I already have seat. I cannot stay.
Very well, but do not go yet. It seems that Miss Oliver likes you.
Oh yeah, does she?
Certainly more than anyone else. You ought to marry her.
No.
Why have you come here?
I came to talk because I have gotten bored of my books and empty rooms.
I wish Diana or Mary would come stay with you.
Yeah.
It is not good to be so alone.
Have you heard from either of them?
Not since the letter I received about a week ago.
Come over here and let me tell you a story I just recently heard. 20 years ago, a man fell in love with a rich man's daughter. They married, but 2 years later were both dead, leaving their daughter as orphan. That child went to stay with aunt-in-law, Miss Reed of Gateshead. She kept the child for 10 years until sending her to Lowood School. She then became a teacher and then became a governess and worked for Mr. Rochester. They planned to marry until she found out he was already married and left, and nothing has been heard of her. I have heard this letter from Mr. Briggs.
Tell me this. What have you heard about Mr. Rochester? How is he doing?
I have heard nothing about him. Mr. Briggs wrote to me about Jane Eyre, but I know Jane Elliot.
I am Jane Eyre.
Perhaps you could know that I was christened as Miss St. John the Eyre Rivers.
Your mother was my father's sister?
Yes.
You three are my cousins then?
Jane and I will be your brother, and my sisters will be your sisters.
And whatever happened to Rosamond Oliver?
You know, she'll get married soon.
St. John, you used to call Jane your third sister, but you don't treat her as such. You should kiss her too.
Jane, let's have a walk. I will be going to India soon to be a missionary. I think that God has intended for you to be a missionary's wife.
No, I'm not fit for that.
I have watched you ever since you came here, and I think that you will be perfect fit for missionary's wife.
Seek someone else. I'm not fit for her. I will go with you, but I will not marry you.
No, that is not what God intended. If you come, you must be my wife.
St. John, I am unhappy because you are still mad at me. Why can't we just be friends?
We are friends.
No, we are not. Must we part this way? When you leave for India, will you leave me like this?
You will not marry me, so I must leave you like this when I leave for India. I know where your heart belongs, and it is for Mr. Rochester. Are you going to seek for him?
I must see what has become of him.
Jane, what is the business between you and St. John? You have been married for quite a while now. St. John is a strange being. I wish he loved you, Jane. If you marry him, then he'll stay in England.
He wants me to go to India with him.
You cannot go and live with him for 3 months there. This is madness.
I have refused to marry him. I wish you good luck on your journey.
Jane. Jane. Jane.
What have you heard?
Oh God, what is it? I'm coming. Wait for me. Oh, I will come. Where are you?
You're going alone?
Yes, it is to see a friend. Goodbye.
Bye.
What has happened to Thornfield?
A fire broke out in the middle of the night and burned the whole place down. They say there was a lunatic kept in the house. The lady turned out to be Mr. Rochester's wife, and she set the place on fire. He went to the attic to get everyone out, and went to the roof to get his wife, and she jumped off.
Is she dead?
Yes, she is dead, but Mr. Rochester is still alive.
Where is he?
He is in England. He can't get out of England. He is stone blind
Where does he live now?
at Ferndale.
Mary, how are you?
Is it really
you, miss? Yes, it is me. When you go in, tell your master that a person wishes to speak to him, but do not give him a name.
I don't think he will see you. He won't talk to anybody.
Then give me the tray to me, and I will carry it in. Here's your food.
Mary, is that you?
It is not Mary, but John and Mary know me.
Great God, what delusion has come over me? My sweet madness has seized me.
It is no madness.
Is that Jane?
My dear master, I am Jane Eyre. I have come back to you. If you want, I will be your nurse and take care of you.
Oh, no, you cannot. You cannot always be my nurse. I want a wife, Jane.
You do?
Yes. You marry me, Jane?
Yes, sir.
Truly, Jane?
Most truly, sir.
I must tell you, a strange thing happened to me the other day. I woke up in the middle of the night and started to call for you. And as I called this, I thought I heard you calling back for me.
I declare you husband and wife.
My master, he has forewarned me. Daily he announces more distinctly, surely I come quickly, and hourly I more eagerly respond. Amen. Even so, come, Lord Jesus.